Here we go. Good morning, Facebook
She's
world. Here we go. Excellent. So this is Karen Paul and Associates 1 o'clock panel. We're starting a little bit later today, but that is all right. We have a fantastic guest who is just joining us. So while she gets everything ready, Carrie Ann, I'll pass it over to you, and we can speak about some of the stats over the last week. How you doing, Nancy?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Hi, Nancy. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So I'm just going to start with the stats of the real estate market these days for the last 7 days on the Hamilton Burlington board. So we've had 178 new listings, 381 sold listings. The average price in the Hamilton Burlington board is 1.24 million, and the average sale price is about 1.3 million. Average days on market is 8, and in Halton there's 164 active, and of those in Burlington there's 61 active.
Wow. So I will quickly summarize that. So Nancy, we've been doing this for weekly for for a long time. Let's just say that.
Almost 2 years.
Yeah, really. The numbers we've been seeing have been trending downward in terms of active listings in our area. Really, and it's continuing that. Typically, this time of year, around Christmas time, there tends to be a bit of a dip in inventory. Certainly nothing like we're seeing right now. Like 61 active listings in Burlington is extremely low. I've never seen anything like it, frankly. One of the biggest things that Carrie and you just mentioned was the 171 listings, 380 and so sold. So we're actively taking off way more than we're putting back on the market. And as such, we're still trending into a tighter seller's market. So hopefully with the new year, inventory kicks back up and people decide it's a great time to sell their houses and takes the pressure off all of the buyers that are desperately trying to get in there. So thanks very much for that, Carrie Ann. Did you want to introduce Nancy for us?
This is Nancy Romic. Is that how I say it? Okay. Nancy is from Shifra Homes in Burlington, and I am going to pass over the buck to her to give us a little bio on herself, and then we'll get into a couple questions. Don't go too much into what Shifra Homes is about just yet. We'll get into that. Just tell us about yourself and what you've been doing for your life, your wonderful life.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's an absolute pleasure. I was looking forward to it. My name is Nancy Romic. Currently, I'm the executive director of Shifra Homes. Prior to Shifra Homes, which I've been at almost 10 years now, I was a very successful business owner in Halton, and I was classified as a top 100 employer. I had a nursing agency, and after 25 years, decided to sell and kind of semi-retire, and ended up finding out about Shifra, which is a charity that was on the verge of closure for the second time. Ended up, my original goal was to restructure them, help them out, get everything in place for them, and then kind of maybe just slip back and sit on the board, but it didn't work out that way. I have 2 grown sons, Jonathan and Justin, and have been married for, my goodness, 38 years.
There you go.
That's
almost 40.
There you go. So Nancy, thanks so much first and foremost for joining us today. And talk to us a little bit about Shifra in general. What is it? What's it all about? And talk to us about that.
Sure. Shifra Homes is a maternity home for young homeless pregnant women. It's located in the Halton region and in particular in Burlington. And it provides basically housing programs, support, everything for a young woman that is experiencing an unplanned pregnancy, and obviously that circumstances have made her homeless. So this is sort of what we do, sort of minimally.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's great. Now, is it only located in Burlington? Is this a one facility, or is this
Currently, it's just the one home in Burlington. It was named Shifra Homes because we do have plans for expanding.
Yep.
Unfortunately, the market has been really hard on us here because every property that we've seen or wanted to take, we've been in a bidding war. So I've kind of pulled back right now because we're in a different, obviously, position being a charity and entering a bidding war. But hopefully, when things are right and everything aligns, we will be opening up another home. I'm hoping Burlington or Oakville.
Okay?
That's
Fantastic.
interesting. What kind, sorry, Colin.
Oh, go ahead.
What kind of home do you look for when you're looking for a home to buy for this type of scenario?
Really, we need at least a minimum of 4 bedrooms. Ideally would be 5. And we're looking for something that's quiet. We're looking for something that has parking because there's a lot of people coming and going every single day. The service providers that come in to provide care for the young moms and babies. So something like that. Our current house is in Burlington. It's a corner lot. It's in a mature developed area. The address is private just for the safety of the girls and babies.
Of course.
But amazing neighbors and neighborhood, and we just kind of blend in. From the outside. You would never know that the home was a maternity home.
Mm.
Absolutely. So how long has this charity been around? You mentioned you've been there about 10 years or so. Yeah, how long has it been established for?
It was established in 2006. Well, officially opened. There were several people behind the scenes, trying to get the charity registration number and everything. Officially, it opened in 2006. And when I met the president of the board in the summer of 2010, they were basically on the verge of closing for the second time. So
Oh, wow.
they didn't have any residents. They didn't have any money. It was not a good situation. And I happened to want to do charity work and found out, met with the president of the board and listened to what his vision was and what they had wanted to accomplish with Shifra. And I believe I've not only accomplished that, but way more.
So in 2006, so I was pregnant 2005 to 2006. I was a single mom. And I heard talks of this home coming out. And I wasn't necessarily homeless, but it was there. It was on the verge, but I had a doula, and she actually said that there was this coming out, and it was in talks.
Yeah.
But my doula did actually, she offered as well. Thank goodness I was living in my dad's duplex, so that was godsend. But she offered as well, live in, like, the parent, as you're going into birth, come and live in her house. So that was an option for me. But I did hear of this actually wanting to open and on the verge of opening in 2006, 2005, talks of it. So it's
And that's why I'm really so thankful that somehow I found out about, because I didn't realize that there was a maternity home in Halton. And I was so thankful that I was able to save the charity, and not only save it, but really make it thrive and bring it to life, and have all these amazing young women and babies, and just knowing that they have a home, that they have the support, that number one is the love for me. So I treat them as if they're my own children. I don't know how to do any different. And when you treat these children that come from a lot of dysfunctional families, from trauma, from mental health issues, from addictions, when you provide them that stability, the structure, the discipline, and most importantly, the love, they thrive. And it's beautiful because now I have sort of 9.5 years of data, And I'm watching these girls, and with all the supports that we have right now, because we have psychotherapists, we have addictions counselors, we have volunteers that come teach baking, cooking, we have life skills, you name it, art therapy, we have it. And just to see how well we're doing, and to me that's evidence in the young women leaving the home and in that next journey where we support them. I started a supplementary program through Shifra called Seeds of Hope. So what happens is when they transition, prior to that, we find and help them find their apartment where they're moving. We pay their first and last month's rent, and we give them $400 a month every month for rent, plus complete access to all the program services, food, donations. But they have to be continuing the education or working towards something. So it's not just that we're giving it to them to just kind of sit back. We're giving it to them to succeed and to help them break cycles and to be successful.
Wow.
Do you keep in touch with, sorry, Colin, I keep interrupting you.
Go for it.
All of them, mostly all of them, yeah.
This is a very personal thing for me, I guess. I was a young mom. I had my son when I was 20. So, I mean, maybe not that young. Compared to others, but
if you guys are okay with me walking just for a bit, I'm going to show you. We actually have our Christmas luncheon with former girls, current girls, everybody in the house.
Of course,
they're going to be a little bit surprised, but we're going to go walk. You can kind of see the environment. We had it catered. So we have
very nice. But you do keep in touch with
always. Good. And I'll ask one of the former girls to come and talk to you for a second. Say hi, Nancy's son.
Oh,
hi. Hi. Say hi. Tell them who loves you.
Oh my goodness.
You. No, it's my show that I'm on.
Hi, guys.
Buddy. Say hi. Oh my goodness, the food was amazing.
Look at that, eh?
Oh my
god. My son is the dishwasher. Yeah.
That's
great. I want to show you also before I go back. This is my wall of all my babies that have been born in this house.
Wow.
So it's nice for you to watch them grow. You get to watch them grow and
yes, it's so
beautiful. Wow.
I'm just gonna ask one of the girls quickly. Keisha. Just 1 second, they don't hear me from me. They're so I'm gonna get the latest girl that just moved out a month ago to sort of share her little bit of journey with you.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
You can kind of understand what we really do. It's a much bigger picture than just the shelter. Yeah.
It certainly sounds like a multifaceted, especially with all the programs, all the support you mentioned.
And everything. Yes.
Yeah,
basically tell your story about your time and where you're at and whatever you want to say.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, little guy. Oh my goodness.
There you go.
Sorry.
Hi.
Can you see her? You better look or move a little bit closer.
Sorry.
Okay, not to worry.
Hi.
Just a casual. It's all good. Just tell us your story and where you're at. And we see you have a little guy there. How old is he?
Almost 8 months.
Very nice. Nice.
Yeah. I have 3 other kids. I'm getting them all back now and everything's going really amazing. I have my own place. I have everything for them. And all that is through here in Shifra Homes.
Very nice.
Before I came here, I was homeless. I was an addict. I don't like saying victim. What's a survivor of domestic violence?
There you go.
So I've been through a lot. I lost everything, even myself. And then Nancy saved me. And she gave me my life back. This is my first Christmas in 3 years that I actually get to be with my kids.
Oh my goodness. Oh God, you're making me tear up. Good. That's such a happy ending. Very happy ending. Good stuff. And we're glad to hear that you're thriving.
Oh yeah. My one daughter, she's 2. She's been in a foster home since birth, and because of Nancy, now she's coming home. And then
Wow.
my other 2 have been with my mom, and again, because of Nancy's help and guidance, they're coming home.
Wow.
So yeah, it's been crazy, a lot of work, but honestly,
And how long were you in the Shifra home for?
I was here from when I had my youngest son, James, who you just saw. I was here when he was born. I moved halfway through our hospital stay. He came early.
Okay.
So like I was supposed to move in and still be pregnant, but he decided other plans.
As they do sometimes, right?
Yeah.
There you go. Well,
Yeah.
congratulations, and it's great to hear a successful
Thank you.
story, and you're a complete survivor, and good for you. I'm glad you're going, and have a great Christmas with your kids and enjoy it.
Yeah. The work that Nancy does here is honestly amazing.
Yeah.
Like without her, I would be dead probably. So yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing that. That really, puts it in perspective, and that's fantastic story to hear.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
So everybody's enjoying turkey dinner. Yeah. Yeah.
So
And
how long do they come in while they're pregnant?
not always. So
Okay.
sometimes it depends, because if a baby and a mom if the mom is kind of homeless when she gives birth or doesn't have the proper home and support, the baby will be apprehended from the hospital. So sometimes they will come in because we have calls from social workers telling us that there's a situation and asking if we can help. The earliest I've had someone come in is about 8 weeks into pregnancy. The latest I've had, we just admitted a young mom with a baby that's 7 weeks old. So anytime, and we usually keep them till baby's about 6-7 months old, and then we work on the transition. But it's a warm handoff, so we continue to support them for that next year for sure. And right now with COVID, we've been going on year 2, supporting some of the moms and babies because they're in college doing really well, and we want to make sure that they have the extra support during these crazy times.
Wow.
I just have like so many questions.
Okay, that's what I'm here for. Yeah.
Colin's sitting there like,
No, not at all. I have a few questions also.
Yeah, go ahead.
How many people are staying at one time? Is there, I'm sure it fluctuates from time to time, but
our maximum technically is 5, but sometimes we've been over capacity with putting a girl on a couch because we know a bed's coming open soon, and if the need is there, we really try and accommodate. I've even had a girl on an air mattress in my office one time because the hospital was begging and didn't know what to do with the young woman and the baby. So we really, we're always full, and that's one of the reasons why we really need another home, because it's just too small. The data from 10 years ago, there was at least 250 young teenage women that were having pregnancies, and we're like 10 years later. I'm sure that the numbers, which haven't been published yet, are probably higher. And so there are these children out there, and it's not necessarily that all of them some of them are couch surfing, sleeping obviously in cars, and trying to find ways to keep warm and to have shelter, but a lot of times the situations at their homes are not safe. So that puts them at risk, and they know that they need support, and that they need to leave that environment because it's toxic, unhealthy, abusive, whatever it is.
Wow.
So is there a wait list? Is there? I would yeah. So there's certainly like you said, you're over. You're stretched, and
we're stretched. Yeah, always stretched, unfortunately.
Yeah. So,
wow.
So
we know some good agents that can help you find a good house for.
Please, if you have anything, let me know. I'm open to it. I just honestly, during this month, haven't even had time to look or anything. Just
Yeah.
I'm not but we support all the former girls and babies and sponsor them for Christmas through different people and organizations. And I'm not sure, I just maybe could show you a little bit. We have it all in the garage everywhere. Like my office is like the
Yes.
toy store. I can't
Wow.
keep up with everything. I'm kind of walking around things, but it's going to make so many young moms, babies, and children happy.
So you mentioned that you get calls from the hospitals sometimes. Now, do the social workers call you first and then try to do whatever they can for the mother, or do they? So they call you first.
They usually try and call us first, yes, because we have a really good working relationship with all the hospitals, and all the way even to Hamilton, they call us often as well from St. Joe's.
Wow, you guys are doing some amazing work. That's a lot. You are doing amazing work.
It is. It honestly,
I'm just.
I always tell people, you know, physically for me as a business person, this job is easy. I'm not afraid to beg, and I'm a very good beggar, because ultimately it's these women and these babies that reap those rewards of my begging. But emotionally, it's hard, because every time you think you've heard the worst story of, you know, a young woman's life, you hear the next one, and the level of trauma and abuse and circumstances are escalating in the last 10 years. Right now, we're dealing a lot with victims of human trafficking. And as a woman, as a mother, I mean, I'm so protective of my children, and I consider these girls my children. But there's not a thing you wouldn't do to try and help them overcome these things and to heal them. And it's a hard, difficult journey. You have to know there's no sort of, it's a fine balance. And you have to know, you know, when to push, when to stop. There's no in between, because you have a child that's, you know, broken in some ways, and you have to be so mindful that sometimes they will lash out at us. Sometimes, you know, they're not accepting of the support and the emotional encouragement, because they've
Well,
never.
especially if they're going through withdrawals or if anything like
Yeah.
that too as well, right? So
Yeah.
do you guys, what if that mother has another child with them?
Right now, we haven't been able to at this location accommodate that, but that's something that we're working on, possibly in the next location, where we would have more support and staffing, because right now it's independent living here, meaning that they have all of us kind of Monday through Friday. They have volunteers in the evenings, on the weekends, but there's not someone in the home 24 hours a day. So the next home model will probably have more care, so that we can accommodate, for example, if a mom has had her children apprehended, or child, and is having a second one, that there is the supervision there required by CAS to have the children together.
So I have a question for you. So besides the next facility, what are some of the most needed resources that you could use?
You know what? Normally, if it wasn't December, I could probably name off a whole bunch of things. Right now, I would probably just say money. We're a little bit flooded with diapers right now, and baby wipes and things coming in, but they do get passed and utilized, and but it's, you know, the common things, and I always say I took a lot of things for granted, and I didn't realize that until I started here at Shifra, of how excited I get when we get toilet paper and paper towels, when we get you know, the baby wipes and things. In the 10 years that I've been here, I have never had to buy diapers or baby wipes. That in itself tells you, you know, the love of the community and the support of the community is like unbelievable.
So how can we help as a community? What can we do? Other, like, I know you said money, can we donate money towards you guys,
Yes.
or how do we?
Absolutely. So you can go to our website, which is www.shifra, SHIFRA, homes, HOMES.com. Right on our front page, we have the Canada Helps, and anyone can make a donation. It can stay anonymous. It could be, you know, you can reveal, or people can reveal their information. And we get the money or a notice that it's been donated, like within 5-10 minutes, it comes to us. And what we do automatically, because Canada Helps issues also a tax receipt. So if you do it through that way, you get the tax receipt from Canada Helps. You can send it by mail to us, to our mailing address. You can call and ask to visit the home, and we would make arrangements and let you know when it was a convenient time to come and see. And I think sometimes you have to see it really firsthand to really understand the scope of what we're doing, because it seems small, but it's actually very big.
Yeah.
And I always say, you know what, even if in all my 10 years, if it was one life that I saved, it was a life worth saving. And, you know, we're saving so many lives, and being these children that are coming into the world, precious and innocent, a future and the stability and
they
the security.
They didn't ask to be here, right? So
no. And
but
they don't know that they're any different, or that they came into the world under possibly, you know, not the greatest circumstances. All they know is that love and security and the village that supports us and helps us raise these children.
Truly takes a village, let me tell you.
It really does. It
So
really
if anybody wanted to drop something off or donate, like I know you said you're in abundance of, but throughout the year, if we wanted to drop, like, can we drop it off to you guys?
Just call me anytime at 905-681-9633. I'm Nancy Romic, the Executive Director. And just let me know, and I will give you the house address, but I won't say it out loud or anything.
No, of course.
Safety of the girls and babies, But no, people come all the time. They call and make arrangements, and they drop by. Absolutely.
I have one more question, Colin.
Yes.
Colin's like, okay, go ahead, take over. This is kind of the first one that I've actually taken over, like just kind of, sorry, Colin.
All right.
When you said in the beginning that you find them apartments, do you find them certain areas, or do they look for the apartments, or how does that work budget-wise, or what do you guys do for that?
Sure. So they give us an area of where they want to settle. And a lot of times, because this has been now home for them, they want to try and settle as close to here as possible. Now, mindful again of the cost of the real estate and everything and putting things together, a lot of them do settle in Burlington, Oakville, Mississauga, Hamilton area. And what we'll do is we'll start looking and have sort of, we can't even have a price range anymore, because it's the same kind of with the apartments as it is with the real estate market now. But for us, the big thing is finding a safe place for them, where we know that they will be safe, that they will be, you know, surrounded by other neighbors, possibly in a building, and that it's, you know, where they want to end up. That's our big thing. And even if it is a little bit farther than us, our students or volunteers pick them up and bring them back for programs, for different events and things that are going on in the house. So we're constantly making arrangements. So we'll negotiate with the landlord. We'll help any which way that we can. And then we have an amazing network in Burlington that we've partnered with, and it's called the Fresh Start Project Burlington. They have over, I think it's like 1,300 members right now. So Keisha, that you just saw, her whole apartment, from the clothes for all 4 children to the food to anything in the apartment, from the bedding to the carpets, everything was furnished by this group. So what we do is provide them a list of what this young mom needs, and they put it out to their network, and then the list stays, and as it gets covered, and that
was my next question. Furniture and everything, they donate
everything.
That. Wow, that's amazing.
Everything. It's just like, it's so much easier for us, because we used to have to do all the running around, and like I would really like to thank them and acknowledge how wonderful they've been. And not only that, they've, you know, given the moms gift cards for groceries, for Walmart, for Shoppers Drug Mart. So this young mom has really everything when she's moving into her new home.
So it's comfortable and nice and settling, and that's amazing.
Beautiful.
They don't have to stress about anything. They're just walk into the house and go to sleep.
That's you know what, that's about it. And just making sure that, you know what, that they're on that road of either recovery or, you know, self-improvement or education, and they want to. A lot of times they feel like I think it's a sign of respect towards everything that I have personally done with them and for them. and they feel like they need to please me, but what they don't realize is it's not about me, it's about them, and that I'm
Oh, of
setting
course.
goals for them to be successful, right?
Yeah. And you could tell Keisha, I believe that was her name, right? Keisha?
Keisha.
She really appreciated everything, everything you've
Yes.
done, and, just the support and everything. So, yeah. Nancy, thank you so much for joining us, and your
Thank you for having me.
website is in the comments on our Facebook Live. And it will go out to all of our newsletter people and everything else as well. So we're going to get the word out there, and we're going to get some donations and everything to you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and I'm honored to have been able to be part of your
And
show.
we hope you all have a great holiday and Christmas and Happy New Year.
Thank you. And keep us in mind for any properties or houses that you come across.
We will keep our eyes out.
Thanks so much for joining us. It was great.
Thank you, Colin. Thank you,
My pleasure.
Carrie Ann.
All right. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.